Uh, well, I must say, Dr. Dev made my life a little easier in saying that yes, there is a potential of bias because of the background of the people who form the regulatory segment. If I just extend that, this typical bias has happened where the value chain has been split into two segments. If you look back, and I'll come to state level a little later, because when CERC decides for an interstate, the impact of that on the tariffs has on multiple states, and the consequence of that does not get, in my opinion, addressed at that time as to how to handle that situation. So having said that, now let's come to the state level. What are the consequences and why does it happen? At the state level, if you look at the private sector utilities, they predominantly are in the cities, whereas the state utilities are extended in cities and urban area, in rural areas. To protect the rural areas, the state governments come forward and say, okay, here is a subsidy for them, but don't expect that in the cities. Now, what does the regulator do? How does he, is it a bias? Is it a bias created by the regulator? Is it the uncertainty created by the regulator? One has to analyze and look at it. So what happens is, in effect, the regulator plays a multifaceted role. To some extent, he is a regulator. To some extent, or to a little larger extent, he is a controller to keep in mind the consumers. He is a facilitator, and he also acts as an arbitrator, adjudicator, not specifically saying so, but he does, in real terms, it does happen. Now, is that really a discrimination? Or is it because of a certain situation of administrative kind of a creation which brings in that kind of a distortion, or which brings in that kind of a situation? If you look at Maharashtra, now here is a government of Maharashtra which says, oh, I'll give you subsidy for agriculture, I'll give you subsidy for power looms. Now that goes beyond Mumbai. So the regulator, while deciding the tariff, has to see Mumbai without subsidy coming from the government, and the subsidy coming in the rest of the area, which also has urban and rural. Now what does he do? If he follows one model, he'll not be able to do it. So there's a hybrid model, there's an adjustment, there'll be some facilitation, there'll be some adjustment, and then it comes out to be a tariff or whatever happens. Now, is that a really discrimination by regulator, or it's a situation which demands that happening? Socioeconomic issues cannot be overlooked. Again, urban areas versus rural areas, you can't just eliminate that fundamental. One can say, yes, why not let the regulator fix a tariff? Let somebody manage it. We have had a situation where when there's an expectation of tariff increase, there are a lot of hue and cry, and I'll give you a classic example of Mumbai. In our case, 1 year the tariff went up for some reasons I don't want to get into, because that is a chapter in itself. And it's the government who told the regulator that please make sure that unwanted costs don't go to the consumers. Now the regulator, in its wisdom, said, okay, I'll hold back the tariff and let there be an audit done so that it gets confirmed whether there's a right or wrong cost going to the consumers. It went through an audit from period 2003 to 2009, 6-7 years audit, and finally the tariff was restored. Now, do we call it as a discrimination? Do we call it as a reaction to the circumstances? One can have his own opinion on that. Change management has to be, we are in a transformation stage, 10 years have passed, but the change management has to be a combination of the government and the regulator, because both are regulators in a way. we may call it a government, but he also regulates. Now, why is it that the governments who want to give subsidy come forward to say, oh, I'll give you subsidy after the announcement of the tariff? Why is it not done ahead of tariff declaration? Because then it gives a tool to the regulator to say, oh, you are prepared to give this money. Now let me put it in a right perspective. Let me explain to the public that this is what is going to happen. So is there again a regulator to be totally, looked upon as uncertain? So these were the few thoughts. I think, yes, regulator has a role to play. Regulator has to be transparent. Regulator has to be non-discriminatory. But can it be said every stage that should happen, or it would happen subject to the circumstances in which or for which he is moving forward in deciding whatever he needs to decide? With that thought, I'll leave it for everybody to have their own opinion. Thank you.